Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your...
The only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably...
The Adventurers Guild doesn't employ that kind of classification system. In fact, all it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Huh? Then why did you say we were the only ones for the job?
I came across this commission while reviewing our backlog not too long ago. It seems simple, but our records indicate that over a dozen successive efforts to complete it have all ended in failure. With the reputation of the Adventurers Guild and the performance of the Sumeru branch at stake, it's in our best interest to assign this...
Well, that's us for sure!
All I'm asking is for you to give it your best shot. If it proves to be beyond your capabilities as well, I'll talk to the Commissioner about canceling the...
Okay, so who are we looking for? And what is it about this commission that's made it so hard to complete?
This commission was jointly issued by the residents of Vimara Village. They say one of their own villagers has gone missing. But the problem is, they don't know the missing person's name. They can only provide information...
They're all from the same village, but they don't even know his name? If so many adventurers have failed to complete this commission...
Unlikely. Several villagers came by to issue the commission, and besides, putting up a commission requires a processing fee. There aren't many upsides to a prank that costs more to... In any case, it would probably be best to go to Vimara Village and ask around first. The Adventurers Guild...
Alright then, let's go! Paimon's starting to get really curious. To Vimara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy? If this commission...
Hello there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vermont.
Ah, so you hear about that then. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any...
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but at least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know.
All right. Specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy. In his early 20s, probably. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on...
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of... There aren't many young people like him nowadays. So genuine and pure.
Could he have just moved away?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway...
Huh. All right, thanks for the information. Shower me with praise!
It's that guests I hear.
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help. And with my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing, I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans. And whenever someone had something on their mind, He was there to... As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping...
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected... But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out. Well, Traveler, what do you think? Paimon thinks so too. Like, the name thing. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family. Wait, so you're saying it's not that... Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only...
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamar...
Yep, sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might... My name is Atosa, by the way.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to...
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Huh?
Yep.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the cloud. I was actually adopted by the people of Vamar Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child. I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still...
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden. Really? You know exactly how I feel? Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well... I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who, no matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure, and patient too. Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow, you two must have been really close. Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore. I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off, and still not the last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler? Look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem... The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick,
There is no escape!
time to shine! Animal test 6301. I see everything.
Illusion shattered! Now you shall perish!
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Ramara village have been a lot more active lately. They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers. Wait a second. That person... It's Dainsleif!
Ah, it's you two.
Oh, a friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others.
Yep, see you later, Atosa! Why do you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here? No matter. It may have taken you a while. The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the...
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilly trail activity is merely a...
Still, the hilly trail activity is causing a lot of problems for the people.
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. And you shall have them. I never intended to hide anything from you. Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk. So that was the commission that brought you... Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilly trail activity.
Right! That mysterious voice she heard in her brother's memory. The one who called himself...
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you? I sense hesitation in your words. After all, there's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. His name is Vedderfolnir. I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin. My old...
Your brother?
There were 5 of them. The 5 sinners of Kanria. The wise Roptatir. The visionary Vedderfolnir. No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedderfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clotar to create...
They were once people of great esteem in Canria. Those who carried the hopes of the nation. 6 of us. Together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the... Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came. Indeed, if they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also be. Of course. As I said, I never intended.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osile and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of. The eye was integral to their plan. Yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to, based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? My recent investigation has shown that.
Wait! Then our commission here in Vimara Village. The person who see.
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating. Oh, so tired. Paimon used. Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a. Dane? Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here? Did something happen?
The missing person from your commission.
Oh, a young guy? Early 20s? Seriously?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that... Memories...
Maybe...
No. It wasn't a dream. And I'm certain I've never met this person before. I remember handing him the eye of the first field to...
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with...
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability...
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be... But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to...
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would see an equal level of caution. Come with me. We must check.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid...
Of course.
So you hid it way out here? Not a... Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Hey, wait up!
Shine Duck!
Animal hypostasis emulation. Absorption test. Yeah. Everyone hold hands. Make yourselves at home. Shower me with praise. Let the world come alive. Stop that! Stop that!
There is no escape!
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
The show begins!
Illusion shattered!
I see everything!
Inazuma shines eternal! Ha! Ha! Ha!
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism. Ah, the door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Be on your guard.
It's the Abyss Order! They're here! Stand clear. Swirl. Mark 2. Animal test 60. The Temple of Wisdom.
Torn to oblivion! Under oath.
Advanced Animal Module 75. Everyone hold hands. Make yourselves at home.
The mortal plane of fleeting dream.
Just wait for the little.
Winter is nigh. Pierce the bone!
Animal Test 6308.
Now succumb!
Animal hypostasis emulation. Absorption test. How brilliant! Let the work. Don't break my glasses. Hey. Stand clear. Absorption test. Everyone hold hands. Share my knowledge.
And devour! Desolation!
The Shelby Animal Test 6308. Squirrel Mark 2. Stand clear.
Pierce the bone! Mortal!
Don't break my glasses.
Desolation!
Absorption test.
Shine down!
Stand clear.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
Dane? What's wrong?
Can you feel that? There's...
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there. The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect... Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer. I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
You risked your safety, and that of the Eye. That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about the...
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you. I know you must have a lot to say. But if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago?
In the new world, they bade farewell to the shrine. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suck. Such was the price they paid, and thus their
Did you hear that? What was... It sounded so gentle. Oh, this is weird. Let's check... Looks like the same thing is happening over here, too.
You see, we've reclaimed an endless amount of time. Release your tears.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, sleep well, Father. When you awake,
It almost sounds like a poem or... Well, now that the hilly trails have calmed down, Vimara... Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance... Grandpa Medea, is everyone all right? The Abyss Order...
The Abyss Order? Thank you for your concern, but...
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across it...
Someone's gone.
Huh? You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually.
Ah, I do apologize. You... At least right now, I can't seem to recall.
How is that? Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been... You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else.
Someone's gone missing?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about her? He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted...
Oh, I know who you're talking.
Really? You
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. Then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but...
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's...
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all. Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we... Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time and we don't even know who's... Good idea! That'll help us narrow... We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to... Right! That! Could we... Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
If time was allowed to...
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, like there could be overlap or something. People might... That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a...
Dainsleif had memories implanted into his mind. No, that doesn't seem right. We thought... No. The color...
Oh, right! That's exactly...
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk. Just like time always passed by really slowly. Even when it...
Yep, that has to be it! This is Yeah, that's...
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. It's okay if you don't.
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong... You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Oh, right! This version of Atosa hasn't...
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort, so... I should see what they need.
Another time, huh?
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Born into abject sorrow, you're... Caribert Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say, but I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, but despite his intentions for me, I never truly became. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of conscious. As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines. In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes strong. Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level, but it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of. After all, its existence cost me my life. Ah, that. I was wrong to implant those memories. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at. I know what you must. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness, left to mature in an illusory world of no. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of. I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But I know. Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact the Loom of Fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already. Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Created in the face of everything they could be planning. I fear I'm too insignificant. In any case, I had my own You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sip after he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form. To comfort me, my father told me a story. That this was a fairy tale world, where I had to take on that story managed to dispel my fears. My goal was simple. To use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story. I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to. All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual, but now...
Looks like I was too late to see Caribert one last time. Caribert's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree? That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years. The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time. Before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now. Ever since the cataclysm in Conria, not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes? Such a flagrant disregard for the rules. And still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the However, the heavenly principles will awaken. We just don't know when that- You could say that. Just look at Caribert. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful, even as a hilichurl. Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world. even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was... Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principle... Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together. You told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Caribear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya. Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Caribear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened. Wait, really? What a score! Well, what happened after that?
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, The village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw there he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. It looked like quite a happy and after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so... Oh, and we also remembered his name, Curry Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner. Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is, and we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Curry Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.